Hi everyone. For today's project, we'll be working in an 8-inch hoop, and we will be using 36 inches of 22 gauge wire. I will put this in the description box below. This actually is not the first time I've done this project. I actually do have a tree already made, but I used silver and gold. We're going to duplicate this tree as similar as we can. I really like this tree, but I think I want this one here in just silver. If you look in the playlists, you will see part 1 and part 2, Tree of Life in a Sun Catcher with a Moon, and that does show how to outline it and also how to put your wires on your hoop, which I will be showing you that in this tutorial. So I have 20 wires, and we are going to put these on one at a time by folding it in half. I did lace this with bicones, 4mm bicones, and there is the tutorial in that playlist as well. I'm not going to do it again for this because I've already got it. I've actually got 2. And it's very time consuming, but worth it. I will be using a slip knot. So you fold your wire in half, bring your wires through that loop that you just created, and bring it right over. If you get a little kink, take it out. And I'm going right over these wires, and I'm going in between the bicones, and it'll be fine. I like to twist as I go, so just hold on to your work and just gently put in as many twists as you like. I like my roots to be on the long side, and I like them not to be twisted too tight. It gets a little tangled as you go. Every now and then, slide it and untangle it. I'm going to add another wire. I'm going to go right over that wire where that bicone is. I do like, this is only, well, I've done it 3 times now, but only actually completed one project outlining first. And that is a beautiful, beautiful fall tree of life with a golden moon. Be sure to check that one out. First one, and it came out really pretty. Well, it's the first one that I succeeded at. The other 2, not so much. But I do like the space that it gives in between the roots. And this can take a while. I'll do most of it with you, and then I'll pause and then come back and finish it up. This way we have time for the fun stuff. For those of you that are new here, I have been doing this for a long time, and well over 11 years now. I do not edit my work. 1, I don't have the computer skills, and 2, I like to show you where I make a mistake and how I fix it. And I also encourage you, if you make a mistake and you can't fix it, shoot me an email. I'm always there. I will get back to you one way or another. And I will recreate it just so that you can fix your work. Again, I'm going to go under this one. That's too much of a space right there. So I'm just going to put this wire right. No, I'm not going to go under that wire. Just going to go close to the bicone. I'm not going to get tricky and fancy right there. I'm going to keep it easy. I do have playlists on easier ways to put your wire on your hoop, and there are 3 of them, the easiest, and the only way to get it any easier is not to do it. And that's about it. And when I say it's the easiest way, it is the easiest way. This not so much. And you can also work, I work a lot of the time lately with 20 gauge aluminum wire because it is very easy on your hands. This is a sturdy wire. I could not always list, but I do now, and I make a lot of noise. So in the playlists, if you come across one of my projects that are old and I did not put a link for the items and materials that I used, you will find in my playlists Amazon links. I put every single item that I use for all of my projects in that series of materials. I have beads, hoops, bindings, jump rings, tools, everything that I crystals, just all of it. So if you ever see something without a link, you will find it there. And this will be noisy for a while because these are 36 inches long. I apologize. So now you get the picture. And we've just started. I will be pausing in between after showing and explaining to you what my next step is so that we can speed it up, because I can't speed it up. Just untwist it if you get a little bend in your wire. Like I said, this comes out just as lovely with aluminum wire. I managed to buy a few too many spools of this, so I will be working with this just for a little bit. So pretty. That's what I like. I like it pretty and graceful. And beautiful. I think I'll put this one here, and if I have to go back one and fill in a space, I will. I like them with the space, but not too much, not too far apart. This beading outside of the hoop is fairly new to me. I've not always done it this way, but I find I am enjoying it. Just for a bit, and then I'll get tired of it. I'll move on to something else. Oh, we definitely need to put another wire in between that big space. I'll just get it as close to that bicone as I can. I'm just kind of eyeballing them to see if they're around the same length. They look a little long, and that's okay. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. It'll be pretty. I wasn't sure about the material I was going to use on this particular tree. I did just finish a beautiful fall tree, and for anyone that's new to my channel, I am absolutely in love with crystals, just clear glass crystals, and I do have an assortment of many color crystals. And if you go into my videos, you'll see I've done 4 seasons. They're also very beautiful. Yeah, I tell a lot of people, whenever you go to a new channel, not just mine, any channel, I do it. The first thing I do is I take a peek at the shorts, because then I'll know if it's something that I'm interested in. Just because you caught me with one thing, you might be doing a craft that is not my cup of tea, but I happen to like that one project, and I'll watch it. And I will always, always comment and give a thumbs up, because it does help the algorithm. And also check out playlists, because you might not like all the projects, but you might find there are several that you could pick up a few tips from. Mine as well. That's just, you know, the person that has never created a tree of life before, or a sun catcher, worked with beads. That's just information for you. I like to talk and share. It's how we learn and grow. I'm gonna get one more in here, and this time I think I might have to go, if I can even get this wire to behave. I want to go under this wire. I don't know if you can see that. There really isn't a space before or after that bicone, but I definitely need both wires, or that tip of this, to go under this wire. And it does not look like it's going to work. Oh, there we go. A little pinch fixed it. No, just you okay? Good girl. Sorry guys, that's my senior cat. She's been a little off today. Ooh. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, we need to put one more right there. Can actually go right over that. Just bring the loop up over the bicone. It's really just like for a spacer, and the wires will still be on either side. And it works without the kink. Okay, well, you get the basic idea on how to attach your wires to your hoop with the slip knot and how to create your roots. I think I'll pause and then I'll come back when I finish the remainder of these wires. So now that I have all 20 of my wires on my hoop, what I'd like to do is just move them around a little bit and see, depending on where you'd like your tree to be. I like mine in the middle. Sometimes I do it like this, way to the side, but not today. You can go into the playlist. I have done them in the side, and maybe I'll do it again soon. I actually am thinking about that. I have a few big ideas for new projects. I just honestly have not been able to find enough time to stick with it. I've been kind of busy, but again, I will get to it eventually. And for anyone that is wondering, I have set up members only. I've not made a project for members only yet. Maybe this one. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. Just to get it started. Let's see if I like it. I understand times are tight for everybody. Me too. Definitely me too. The cost of materials are not going down. They are very expensive. And I feel it. So, I think maybe this will be a members only project. And I think it's a big one, so we'll see how that goes. And maybe the next one too. And that one won't be so big. I probably should have tightened this up a little bit more, but I think that'll be enough just to hold it in place for me. Not that strong. I don't think I'll slide it up. I would like them to have been a little bit more flared, but this will work. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate them into groups. Oh no, we're not going to separate yet. We have to work on the trunk. I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just going to separate them all the way down. I'm going to hold right here. This is where I don't want it to twist. So I'm going to put in my twists for my trunk, and I'm not going to make it really, really tight. I just kind of want it to be graceful. Not so loose that it won't hold a nice shape, but not so tight that I won't be able to put in a bend. Because this is not aluminum wire, it's still good. I will tighten it up after I get the shape I want. And I'll show you the tool that I use to do that. So after a few, I like to take a look at it. Yeah, that's not long enough. I would like it to be proportionate to the root. That wouldn't work. So maybe another full twist. Every tree is different. I think that's a little bit better. Let's take a look. Maybe one more half. Just cross it over. I think that'll do it, because I still need room for all my branches. But we're not done yet. What I'd like to do now, what I always do, this is my signature piece. I like to use my thumb, bring my tree right around my thumb, and then put that thumb there, and then bring this back over. And every bend I put in is always different. I just think it gives a really pretty look to my trees. For example, and that'll probably change as well. This is the one that I would like to work on compared to that one. I think that might be a little bit exaggerated. I'm going to take it out just a tiny bit, so it's not so, that's good enough. I'm going to bring this up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start, I'm going to start on my right side, and I'll take out 8 wires. I am a counter for the wires in my branches. You don't have to be. You can take out as many as you want. I've done it this way as well. But my trees are more of a novelty, not more of a realistic tree. Okay, let's see if we have them all that want to go. By that, they're not crisscrossed, and those want to go. So we'll just move them out of the way. And those want to go. Well, that was easy. That's scary. This one does not want to go. This one wants to go over here. Let's see, how much trouble does that one want to cost? Okay, if I put you over there, no, you really want to go down there. I don't want you down there. I'm going to try just taking this one. See, this one really does want to go down here, but I'm not going to lie. I don't want that. It'll look like it's coming undone. So now let's just check. Okay, now these ones have behaved. Now let's do it again. Take 8 more. And with any luck, if we have all of our sections of 8 complete. So now what we're going to do, I do have zip ties. I'm not going to put them in, even though I should. I usually don't. Something I used to do. But before I start twisting, I want to make sure that my tree, that the branches are where they want to be. By that, I mean sometimes it looks better if you move them around. This one is fine. This one I could put over here. I'm not going to do that. I think they're okay where they are. Yeah, I think we're going to leave them. Sometimes I do, even after I twist, then I'll really, the tree will tell me what it wants to do. I know that sounds silly, but it really is true. So I have 4 and 4, and I'm going to hold right here, nice and tight, and I'm going to put in some twists just to establish this branch. Like that. Now, we'll go to this one. We'll do the same. We'll take out 4 that want to go. And they look like they're okay. They're all happy, right? Yes. So now what I'm going to do, just going to move those out of the way and get my finger right down in there, my thumb, and put in some very tight twists. I'm sorry for that noise. these wires are hitting my light. I have a light to my left and to my right. Now, we're not going to change a thing, not yet. Got 4 and 4. I usually do use my thumb, but it tends to crack and then I can't. But we're not cracked yet. It just hurts. You can use your finger as well. I feel like I have more control over the way I twist when I use my thumb. You'll find out what works best for you. Now maybe these want to move. I think we're gonna make that little change. Gonna move them. Yes, we are. Because this one here will look more like it's coming out from behind. I don't know, I just think it looks better. Wasn't part of the plan, but the tree lets you know. And that does not want to go, so we're going to swap it out like that. Now we have 4 and 4. And we're going to get in there nice and tight. Put some nice tight twists in our branch. And then remember to untangle them. Usually it's not too bad. Here we go. Now let's take a minute to look at our tree. And the shape of this tree is very different than the shape of the other that I already showed you. I'll show it to you again. They're both pretty. I like them both. I will work on both of them at some point. So what we're going to do now, I don't want to over twist these out, so I think I am going to put in a few as we go. I'm going to definitely not over make my branches on this one. By that, if you look in my playlist, I have made branches. They are my branches outside of the hoop. Just make a whole bunch of them and then twist them in. I find that is easier because you can do it sitting down. I have to stand when I work in my workspace. But I also find that I am not, I don't know, it just gets a little bit too much wire for me. I don't like a lot of wire on my hoop. I like my wire very thin on my hoop. So I'm going to show you another tree. This is what I'm going to try to avoid with this tree. This tree is lovely. Don't get me wrong. I do like it. It's not my favorite. I may even take it apart. So this one here, I didn't put my bend in. I did this one with aluminum and this same wire as that. I do have a lot of little birds in my tree, and it is front and back, and I think that it is overdone maybe, and I'm not liking that some of the branches are aluminum and I couldn't twist it out the way I wanted. So this one here is all just silver, and I don't think we're going to use, what did I put on here? I think I used 7. I did. I put every little branch in clusters of 7, and today we're not going to do that. As a matter of fact, let's just separate these. We have to twist them out again into 4 and 4. Yeah, so I think for the leaves on this tree here, I'm going to stick with 5. But I'm also going to change it up. I think I might add the 5 4mm bicones. Those are my choice. But I may use 6mm and not in leaves or clusters. I am thinking about something else. Now, I haven't tried it yet, but I'll know right away. So we're just going to take every section now of 4, and we're going to twist them down to 2 and 2. And we will be using 2 wires. We're not going to string every wire. Not today. I do that sometimes, not always. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around this entire tree, and I'm going to take each section of 4 wires, take them into 2 and 2, and I'm going to put in my twists like this, and then I'll be back. I'll save some time. Okay, now that I've separated all my branches that were 8, I separated them in, I twisted 8, then I separated them into 4 and 4, and I twisted them into 2 and 2, all the way around my tree. So now we're ready to get started. So I decided to use 4mm bicones and 6. And I will be twisting a little bit more as I go, and I will be using both wires. The other thing I'm going to use, only 2, I'm going to use 2 of these dangles that I made out of a teardrop and 4mm bicones, and the tool that I use is one of my favorite one-step bead looper. Go into the playlists, you'll see the tool and a full tutorial on everything that I've done with this tool. You'll be amazed. I love that tool, and I love putting dangles on my trees. So what I'm going to do, I'll be using more of the bicones than the 6mm beads, and I really don't want to mix them up. That's a thing that I do, and it's really not good. So I think what I'm going to do, let me just grab my little rubber thing. This thing's actually supposed to be used to put over a bowl, and it has seen its day, but it keeps everything separate until I mess it all up. And then they end up all together. So I think what I'm going to do is pull my 6mm beads over there, because the beads are going to go flying anyway. It's just what happens. So I'm going to put those up here. I know that looks grungy, but trust me, it goes in the dishwasher all the time. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start, I will put I will start off with a leaf, and I did it again. That's why I like to put the beads on the other side. I'm right-handed, and as you can see, I had to tape up my wrist. Okay, so we're going to pick up 5 bicones. We do have a pattern, I hope, for this tree. We'll see how that goes. And then what we're going to do is slide them down, just enough to put your thumb there, and take this wire and bring it right up to where the twists are, like that, and hold it firmly right there, and then just close up the space like that. I'm not getting too fancy with the beads. 3 on each side and 1 in the top would be ideal. It didn't work out, but that's fine. I want these branches to be not overwhelming, and I also want to be able to push them front and back so that it'll be dimensional and it will not be a traffic jam. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is, with the longest wire, I want to make another leaf of 5. Again, just put your thumb in that space. I'll just try and fold it in half so I have 3 on each side, 2 on each side and 1 at the top. And if it doesn't work out that way, it's just fine by me. Doesn't matter. And now what I want to do is put in a twist or 2. Now I want to take both of these 2 eyes and slide 1 6mm bicone over both. I have not done this pattern, and I hope that my wires are kind and they allow me to do this. Once you get a kink in there, it's not going to happen. We go. Now what I want to do is I want to take one of my dangles, and this is for the first branch only. I want to slide it down there, and then I want to take another 6mm bicone, 6mm rondelle, not a bicone, and slide it down. What I'm hoping is this will leave, I don't want just branches, I want to see part of the tree, and I don't want it to be over full, but I want it to be full enough. Now, am I asking for too much? I don't know. We'll find out. This one doesn't want to go. I don't know why. I'm going to start with grief already. We're not going to allow that. There is not even a bump in that. Let's try a different one. Hopefully this will be worth it. I can go up a bigger bead, but I really don't want to. Slide it down a little bit. If I have to put a twist in there, I will. I think that works. And now, separate my wires. They are the same length. I'm going to put in twists. Like that. And now we're going to do leaves. And put 5 on each. Now, I'm going to slide this one down. 2 on that side, 2 on that side, if it works. And put in a few little twists like that, just to close it up. The further away you slide your beads, the longer your little stem on your leaf is going to be, and that's just fine. Put in some bends and fix it right up. We're going to do it again right here. And slide those down. Now, if these little 6mm round, if they don't want to be compliant, then we're not going to use them. But I'm hoping. I'll just put in 3 twists. And we're going to find a compliant crystal. We're only going to put 1 now. I did 2 here just because I wanted it even on both sides of my dangle. And every other branch is going to alternate. So on the second branch of this section, we're not going to put 2 leaves. Instead, we're going to use a 6mm, and if it works right, they should fit. And if not, we'll use 2. The secret number is 3. I'm putting 3 twists. Does it have to be? No. But it's an easy pattern. And hopefully it'll look pretty. This tree is going to take a while to make. So for anyone that's new here, if you can take a look at the timelines on my tutorials, and I do pause and do a few ahead of you, only because otherwise a project can take you up to 5 hours. And you begin to value your time and your work as you go. I've given away a lot of stuff. I can't afford free no more, that's for sure. Except for like family. But, you know, we do what we do. We make stuff for the people that we love. Also, I want to put in, I don't want the leaves to be, I did put a few twists in between those. This one here I didn't. I don't know why, but I will from now on. Just to give it a little more of a vine look, not even leaves on both sides. I don't want a traffic jam. As you can see, I still have even length wires, which is always nice. Now let's take a look. And once we put our little bends in, I think it'll be pretty. And the other alternating, they should fit right in spaces. Now we're going to put another leaf. I have been picking through my bead soup, my collection of beads over the years, and been pulling out some beads. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to think of something to do for the next one. I've got a few ideas, but nothing set in stone as of yet. I would like to make another cross, and I do not currently have that cross anymore. But what I did do is put the cross that I worked on with the vine on the back had wires. So I took another cross and sandwiched it. And it came out really, really nice and sturdy and just absolutely stunning. All right, I'm not going to attach it yet. Okay, I should. I just want to make sure that I keep my tree in the middle. I will attach this branch after I finish the one above it. Just want to see how it's going to work now that I'm following a pattern, which normally I really don't stick to a detailed pattern. But before I do, I'd like to come in here and just gently put in a few little bends. You can do your little stems on your little leaves or branches, whatever you want to call them. Just support your work. Just hold it. And be gentle. And once you put in your little squiggly lines, it does make it look better. I don't like a straight branch ever. I'm sorry for all that noise. I can't fix that. Okay. Now, where's my dangle? Come on back over. There we go. Oh, I think it's going to be pretty. Oh, that's definitely going to be beautiful. And now that I've put in those bends, you can see it shortened it away from my hoop. So what I'll do is, let's see. I think I'll put 2 more leaves. Maybe we can do that around the whole tree. I am going to silence that in 1 minute. That is just a notification that there is someone at the door. Oh yes, this is not going to work for me. Oops, I dropped them off. That's okay. I'll be right back. And that fixed that. As long as I remember to turn it back on. Okay, let's make this little leaf. That looks good. I'm going to twist with the longest wire. And I'll put my beads on the longest wire as well. Just a good habit to get into, because making a little leaf will take up more of your wire. So if you have one that's short, always twist with the longest wire. And if you have a short wire, put your beads, if you're going to make a leaf, on the longest wire as well. That's how you always have enough wire to get to your hoop. And if you don't, go to the playlists. Oh, look at the cross I just did. Did not work. I had to add wire, but that's okay. It still worked. It came out quite beautiful. Okay, now put in a few more. See, we're not wasting too much wire on this project. I do have to have them long, or I will not be able to grasp and put it on my hoop. So I think this one can go right about here, but I still want, okay, we're gonna move these like up, push them up, push them back. They don't have to be flat, that takes up too much space. You belong on that side. And then as we go, if you need one to move to accommodate another, you make it go. I seem to have an extra leaf right there. I got two, and then that. That's okay. I'm gonna go on to my next one for now, and I will put on a 6mm rondelle. If I can get this rondelle on 2 wires, I'll be happy. I don't want to change up my plan with my tree. Ooh, that slid right over the twist. Okay, so what we have to do is just put a little bend, which we would have anyway, so that it can't go down. Problem solved. Okay. We'll put 5 on each side. And 5 on this side. Now look at this, we're already at the 1 hour stamp and we've not got a whole lot done. And I've paused. So, welcome to a long tutorial. We're going to make something absolutely stunning. I'm going to slide those 2 down. See, when I thought about this tree, I do like putting on leaves, but I also like to see the branch. That's why I'm using the rondelles as well. I'm going to put in a couple of twists here. Maybe what I should do is put in a rondelle after each. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to change up. Well, I'll make the other first branch, I think, the same. I don't know. Now I have to think about that. How would that look? No. I'm going to leave it the way it is. And see how it works. I'm trying to keep my hand out of your face so you can see what I'm doing. Like that. Trust me, if I was sitting down like I normally like to do, this would be, my legs would be crossed and this would be on my lap. Okay, let's see. I really thought that they would just nestle in to a pretty pattern. That might not happen. We'll see. But nonetheless, it's still okay. I'm going to stick with this idea. Only because it's the first time. Might be the last, I don't know. But don't be afraid to try new things. And of course, I'm going to have to put in a bend. Oh, that will go right over it. Which is weird because it almost wouldn't go over just the two wires. Now it wants to go over the twists. Okay, let's put on 5 more 4mm bicones. Now that we've gotten all the twisting done, I think it should go a little bit smoother. Oh, and I just mixed them. That's okay. I'm sorry that I'm being distracted. I do not like it when people come in the room when I'm working. Okay, let's see. This is the long wire, and I will just flip this leaf to the other side. See? I wish I could do a voiceover, guys, because I would record this in with no volume and then be able to go back and add volume without being bothered. That would be ideal. Let's see what I can do about that. Oh yeah, this is going to be a pretty tree, I can already tell. Still have 2 wires that are the same length. And we'll put the bends in and see if it works out. I somehow managed. There we go, that looks better. I don't mind having two little branches at the top. Just makes the tree look a little bit fuller. I like that. I just want to be able to tighten it up. That's the only thing I like with my tree. See, look, we're doing good. We still have the same length wire. Alright, so now's the time to tell. How are we going to look? Oh, I think it's going to be pretty. Do I want to attach yet? I'm going to just twist up this one here a little bit more and close up that little space. And this is how I'm going to tell. I'm going to hold these two wires to my right. And now I'm going to gently pull these over to see, because I want it in the middle. I will add two more. Two more leaves. It can be fuller at the top. I just want to see more branch. I think that's the reason I'm not, the other tree is not my favorite, the one that I showed you with the birds on it, because I can't see the tree. Just too much going on. And then I feel like my mind goes all over the place. That's the thing. Okay, that's only 4. Where are you? There we go. Let's slide that one down. Okay, now, oops, don't go away. I'm going to put in just 3 little twists right here. Just so that they're not exactly right on top of each other, sideways. Like, I would like that, the vine look. I don't know what else to call it. I want it to have some space. There. I had a big space there that I did not want. Alright, now, ooh, what happened? There we go. I think after this I will put in my little twists and connect it to my hoop. And then this will be part 1, which we achieved a lot. Not only did we put the tree on the hoop, we also twisted it out and managed to get section 1 done. So this is how I'm going to tell where I want to put it. I'm going to hold these over, because that's about the middle. And I'm going to get my other wire, put in a few more twists right here, like that. And that is going to be right where I put this. I'm going to take it to my hoop. There. I'm going to pass it down. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to go around that hoop one more time. You don't have to do it this way. You can cut it now if you like. I don't like to do it that way. I prefer to do it this way. Sometimes I go down again. I should be cutting it on the back, but I prefer to cut it on the front. If my wire isn't long enough to bring it back up, I will cut it on the back. I just don't want any pokey wires. especially if this is going to be in a window. So now I get nice and close with my little clipper. Cut those off. Come in with my tweezers. I have two pair, pointy and flat. I did such a nice job cutting that. Couldn't even see where they are. Just going to bend them down. And then just kind of like twirl my tweezers around them. Trying to do it so that you can see. And I like to feel it. I can still feel one. Okay, now this one. Let's get all these out of the way. So now I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm just going to bring it to my hoop. I'm going to pass it over. I should have done that first, but it didn't work out that way. It's okay. Bring it up. I'm going to go over one more time. Bring it back up. And then bring it across. And pass it down. And bring it back up and over. And that's the way I do it. Get right in there and clip. I know my work is rotated all over the place, but I'm trying to do it in a way that you can see what I'm doing. And also trying not to knock my eye out. Okay, let's see. So now when I do the other side, well, I don't know if that's going to be exactly in the middle. It looks like it. Once I put a few bends, I should wait to do this, but I can't. Oh yeah, look how pretty that's going to be, guys. I think it's going to be stunning. Just another pretty project. Keep my hands and my mind busy. And share it with you. I don't mind if these stick up a little bit. I have two leaves at the top, and then in between there are one on either side with a rondelle, 6mm. And you can just poke around, but it's not overdone. I think it's going to be very pretty. Okay guys, we're going to call this part 1. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you soon.